Good day, fellow summoner, and welcome back to the channel for another video on Marvel Contest of Champions. This video is kind of an exploration of a certain champion which does go under the radar quite a bit, but it's a champion that I've ranked up a long time ago, and I thought I saw a decent synergy that could really enhance it a little bit more. So I thought I'd give it a try. The champion in question is Captain Marvel, and the synergy in mind is Warriors of the Stars. So this is from Aegon Synergy list, and yeah, I did utilize this for a video with Angela. The link to that video is in the description below, and it kind of got me thinking and feeling, if I'm looking at the potency of Fury attacks, then hey, I want to give Captain Marvel a try because I enjoy that champion, and at the same time I want to see if she can output more damage based on that synergy. So without further ado, let's go and explore. The general strategy that I'm going to be working is to keep the champion building up power to an L3 and then damage outputting based on basic attacks only, to see if we're increasing the amount of damage per tick, and at the same time going, right, well, how's it interacting? We're getting good crit, and is it better to keep it at this stage and do that rather than hitting out at an L2? Okay, on to the first synergy, and it's all about Cosmic Supremacy to start off with. We have got Black Bolt in there because we want to get that increased duration of Fury. The fact is we increase it by 30%, the duration that it's there, and that's what we want. We're going to build up that power to an L3. We've got that stored power. We're damage outputting more on attack. It's helpful to have it there, and as a result, we then ping up a nice little Kamala Khan. I say nice because everyone loves a Kamala Khan in their roster. But okay, so in all seriousness, yeah, so having that in is increased 4% for health and attack. Also, we have got Mastermind linked up with Superior Iron Man and also Beast, which, you know, could be debatable why I've got it in there, but I like the idea of plus 15% attack when we go over 15 combo. So that is going to be one thing I'm going to try out first off, and then we're going to ping over to the Aegon Synergy. So here we are rocking the synergy of Mastermind versus Cosmic Supremacy, those two things in place. Now the fact is we were seeing some different numbers. We were seeing stuff like 947 with a Fury buff up to about 1400, and the crits did vary. But the fact is, and probably the most important thing, is how many hits did it take to take down Winter Soldier based on this? Well, with a little mistake or two, it was a case of 272 was enough to take down Winter Soldier. But that isn't what we're trying to do. We're trying to look to see if putting the Aegon Synergy, does it show any kind of great improvement? And it may be worth trying and experimenting with other synergies to see if that number could get down. But the fact is, I've got high hopes for this Aegon Synergy. Let's have a look at it. Here we are with the Aegon Synergy, and this is the point to really kind of mention. Cosmic Supremacy is still there. The reason it's still there is because I want the duration of that Fury to be there longer, so that I can then damage output more based on that stored power, which we did mention in the previous synergy. But where Aegon comes in, and it's all about potency, increasing the potency of Fury effects, which is what I'm going to exploit. It was something that I touched upon in my Angela video. Like I said, the link to that is in the description below. And the fact is, I want to see some good killer or increased damage than what we've seen prior. Now here we are with the Aegon Synergy fight. One thing that's quite noticeable is, of course, I'm building up to an L3. It may not be your chosen method, and I did experiment with the idea of building up to an L2 and smacking in an L2 and seeing if that would help. Even if the case of going, okay, so I build up close to the L3 bar and then put in the L2, which then meant, hey, there you go. There's a huge amount of damage and also some build and stored power that is going to maximize damage output. The great thing about this is that I'm seeing some good numbers, 5,000s to 6,000 in crits, and then with the Fury buff up with a full L3, we're looking at anything between 1,000 as a starter, going up to 1,590. So it's incredible to see the way that improves greatly. And as Assassin takes hold, you see the crits increasing, the Fury buff increasing as well, and then it reaches a point of the number we want to see. And how many hits? 2, 3, 4. So definite improvement there on the amount of hits that's taken to take down this opponent. I must say this was incredibly exciting to see, and it does bode well for the champion. Now, would I go in a questing team with Cosmic Supremacy with an extra Miss Marvel and Miss Marvel Kamala Khan? Not likely. The fact of the matter is I'd probably take in a decent questing team with Captain Marvel, with Aegon, and maybe some other champions as well. So it's good to see a really decent and varied build, especially for something like Uncollected, which this could be a really good combination for. Questing team, yeah, of course, a fantastic questing team with Captain Marvel and Aegon in. The others, not so much. But anything put together with the champion, with Proxima Midnight, with Star-Lord, with Angela, you know, you just cannot go wrong with this. And even to a lesser degree, you know, with Sentry. Sentry with the champion, with Aegon Synergy being awakened, can really damage output a lot, which is fantastic. This can create a really strong questing team, even as far as going up against what Act 6 might bring to us. It's really exciting to see improvements to older champions, especially like Captain Marvel. And I do hope that when the release of Captain Marvel is in cinemas, we get an event that is corresponding to this, that maybe sees an improvement to the Captain Marvel champion. But I do think that that would probably damage output a lot more than what's in the current meta, or a champion that comes into the game that could enhance signature ability, or maybe even the synergy. We'll definitely have to wait and see what happens in the next couple of months. In closing, I'm really happy to see some slight improvements to champions through synergies, and in particular when it comes to Captain Marvel. It was great to compare off an old synergy, a random synergy, and this fantastic Aegon Synergy. The fact is, creating questing teams is quite exciting, and also seeing how these synergies can vastly improve champions that are quite old and maybe not up to the current meta. So yeah, props to Kabam on Aegon, and also props on putting in a synergy that benefits this champion here. If you got any thoughts on Aegon or the kind of link between the synergy, then put them in the comment section below. If you really enjoyed this video, then hit that like button and subscribe for more Marvel Contest of Champions based content, and we'll try to look a bit deeper on synergies, old champions, and giving them a new light. Thanks so much for watching. I've been RichTheMan. See you in a live stream soon, and I shall catch you in the next one. Bye bye for now.